Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Time to catch up again with McKendree football coach Mike Babcock. And Coach, 2018 preseason camp is behind you. It's in the rearview mirror. Talk about your impressions, what you've seen from your squad so far from that first outing until now.
A lot of change. Obviously those first couple ones, everyone's excited to be back at camp. They're still learning the system. Once you kind of get into that second week, even in the third week, now it's just getting good at the little things, continuing to work on the details. Overall, I've been definitely pleased with all phases. Still need a little bit more work until that first game, but overall, we're on our way.
Obviously, the returners had full spring practice to get the new systems down with the offensive coordinator Eric Bergman, and then of course Mike Harrison taking over the defensive role as coordinator. Talk about your freshmen, how they acclimated themselves in the preseason camp.
I thought it's been very well. We've kind of thrown them in the deep end a little bit, so to speak, at the beginning. A lot of plays, a lot of practice early on, and they've succeeded. And I think that now that they're with the entire team, now that they're kind of understanding what college football is a little bit more, I think there's a couple of those guys that are starting to creep up, into that too deep and possibly playing this year or so. But that's the nice thing is that, every year is a new year. And so, bringing those freshmen along, it's a new team and away we go.
After these 3 weeks, do you feel like the groups, the newcomers, as well as the returners have kind of meshed and they're where you feel like they need to be going into game week?
I think so. I think they've gelled very nicely. I think that, everyone's trying to find their role. And we talked about it the other day of whether you're the All-American or whether you're the guy on scout team, everybody's got a role to play. And I think that this team is, no different than a lot of the others in the past, as far as we've got a lot of great guys. We've got guys that work hard, blue-collar guys, and hopefully go out there next Saturday and make a name for ourselves.
And obviously last Saturday you wrapped up the practice week with an inter-squad scrimmage. Talk about your impressions from that scrimmage.
I thought it was great to kind of show that the first those first scrimmages or whatever, is always kind of fun to kind of be around and be able to see who shows up, who's going to be the top dog, but also when the lights come on, who's going to not show up, who's going to miss the tackles, miss the plays. And so it's good to get in a game tempo, game ready mode, and that's really what we saw last Saturday. So let's work the kinks, let's work the bugs, and then continue to push forward as we work towards game day.
As we said, all that's in the rearview mirror. It's now almost officially game week. As you prepare 1 week from today, you have your season opener at home against Northern Michigan. What does the focus turn to now, Coach?
It really becomes, what does Northern Michigan do? What do we do in our system that can complement what we're going to try to do next week? This is a very good team, out of the Upper Peninsula, and they are going to come in. They've got a lot of returners coming back. They're a powerful offense. They're going to do what they do. I'm sure they'll have a couple of tricks up their sleeve, which, some teams do on those first games. But at the same point, they're in the same boat we are, trying to figure things out, what kind of team we have, and away we go. So I think, what's nice is that probably just like them, we've been 3 weeks of hitting each other. I'm sure it'll be nice to, finally, get it going and try someone else for a change.
Next time we talk, we will get more in depth on that matchup between the Bearcats and Wildcats. Coach, thanks for joining us, and we appreciate your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Don't forget, you can follow McKendree football as well as the rest of our athletic teams online at mckbearcats.com.